Yeah. Y'all know what time it is. Welcome back to the AndParlay Podcast, presented to you by Basshead, sponsored by Wrong Way. I am your host, Michael Alln. I'm so happy to have you back here with me again. You know what I mean? We got a whole lot of juicy topics to get into this week. It's been super crazy. I mean, man, the stuff that's been going on in the media is crazy. Like, lost for words at how much ill stuff has been happening in the news. I mean, man, dog. But look, we're going to get into it because why? This is the only place where you can do what? Politic, pop shit, and parlay. So we going to get to it, man. But first and foremost, before we get into any of the popping shit, we have to make sure we take a moment to celebrate the life of Mr. Quincy Jones. Yo, Quincy, we thank you for all your contributions. First of all, if you guys don't know, Quincy Jones was the first to hit 28 Grammys. 28 Grammys. Like, he literally had the record. Then Queen B came through. I think she matched him. She might have surpassed him by one. Don't quote me on that. But I believe, I know for a fact she's right there with him. But records are meant to be broken. But Quincy Jones is an icon in music. I mean, he's helped Michael Jackson, Will Smith, Ray Charles, Frank Sinatra, Oprah Winfrey. I mean, dog, everybody that's anybody came through the lineage of Mr. Quincy Jones. And we just want to make sure that we say thank you for your contribution. And we send peace and love and prayers, infinite light to his family as they go through this rough time right now. Don't quote me, but I believe he was 91 years old when he passed. What a life. Man, excuse me. Let me get a little sip of the water. What a life. 91 years old is an incredible life to lead, to have all the milestones that he was able to, surpass the expectations, create the blueprint for us. Listen, you will forever be loved and missed. Your energy will travel through the cosmos, through your family, and through artists like myself and many others. So thank you, Quincy. We appreciate you, man. Straight up and down. Thank you very much. All right. I know y'all know. Everybody's heard by now. Mr. Thugger is home. Young Thug is back. Some people say he beat the RICO. Not quite. He didn't really beat the RICO. The stipulations for his release has been super crazy. He got an opportunity to give some closing remarks before he was sentenced. Let me just give you the quick backstory on his sentencing. He was sentenced to 40 years. He pled guilty to all charges except for the actual RICO charges, being the head of a gang. I think he I'm spitballing. This is off the top. But 40 years, he pled guilty to most of the charges. He pled no contest, or however they say, NOLO, to a few of the charges. Him and the state couldn't come to an agreement. So he took his chances. He said, yo, I'm going to just leave it to the judge. Let the judge figure out what I need to do. Let the judge figure out the sentencing, and boom. But the prosecution was prepared to let him leave out that day if he pled guilty to all the charges. He didn't plead guilty to all the charges because he got a lawyer that'll eat the case. His lawyer thought in advance. See, if Thug would have took all the charges, that would have left him susceptible and open to civil cases from the victims. Would have drained his bank account. I mean, we got to think, it cost him so much money to even be in court in the first place. A lawyer like that who was ready to go to jail on his behalf, that lawyer gonna cost some bread. Period. This ain't coming cheap. You know what I'm saying? So because you got the lawyer fees, you got the civil suits, that possibility that will come. Plus you got that on your jacket. You know what I'm saying? I think in his case, this was the smart route to take. Now, we all know watching this case took almost 2 years, or as some say over 2 years. There was a lot of missteps in this case, right? A lot of people say this case should have went to a mistrial. It should have gotten thrown out. I mean, they went through 2 judges, which is ridiculous. One of the judges sneaking info, having backdoor meetings. I mean, this thing looked real funny under the light. But we also can't discount the fact that there were some people who actually were victimized through this whole thing. That's why this was even in court in the first place. So I think Thug showed his grown man card by accepting some responsibility in this. I seen a lot of comments. People like, well, one of the worst things he did was be nice to everybody and try to keep everybody around him. And I think that's definitely valid as well. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch the people you keep around you. But at the same time, at some point, you do have to take responsibility for your part that you play in a situation. It's so funny, man. People like to act like all this stuff is just made up. It's just made up. There's no way this could happen. Why would they ever pull this person specifically in this case? Why would they ever pull Thug in court? I don't get it. And it's like, bruh, stop it. Like, even if you don't know the particulars, you wasn't there, I wasn't there, we don't know the particulars, but you can see why this would even be brought to trial. From the talking and the goings on in the street of what people say was happening in Atlanta, you can see why this would be brought to trial. So the bad part about it is that the prosecution, the state, thought that it was going to be open and shut. But I don't know if they put like some amateurs on the case or something, man, but they was dropping the ball every chance they got. So in turn, Thug saw his opportunity. He don't want to keep having to go through the rigmarole of keep going back to court. His lawyer had a press conference after the whole sentencing was held out. And, he mentioned how Thug would be, sleeping on floors and eating bags of chips as meals and not eating right, not sleeping right. The accommodations is not good. So who would want to go through that for another year, 2 years, or however long the trial would take if they retrialed it? So Thug was like, look, man, whatever we got to do to get me out of here, I'm getting out of here. So, boom, 40 years. 40 years is what they charged him, what the judge sentenced him with. But he only had to do 5, which they gave him time served because of the time he spent in jail already for the trial. Then they gave him 15 years of probation. And if he violate probation, he got 20 years he got to do in the can. Bruh, he home, right? Bravo, kudos, he home. But dog, that sentencing is a setup, bro. It's a clear setup. 15 years probation. He can't be in the city of Atlanta, living in the city of Atlanta for 10 of those years. But then he got to come back every year for the first 7 years, 4 times a year, to do some type of school benefit or something to tell kids to not be a part of gangs, XYZ. He's getting monitored the full time, drug screens, the whole 9. He can't be in contact with anybody, any felon, anybody from the case except for Gunna and his brother. He can't be around a gun unless it's by one of his armed security. He do get to keep his ID, license, passport. He can travel for business, XYZ. That's dope, right? So she ain't stopping him from getting no money. But he can't rap about anything that is gang affiliated, which is left up to the interpretation of his PO and of the court. Right? So we go back and we look through the catalog of what made Slime Life, made Slat, made Thugger. The content got to change, because now you leave yourself open and susceptible to the interpretation of the court, the interpretation of the PO. And we know they're looking for a reason to put you back. He got out with these stipulations, but he still got two homies that's sitting waiting. You know, they got murder cases on them and so on and so forth, so they might get life, right? So I would imagine naturally, them being the homies, you would want to try to give them some aid, help them in any way possible, but now your hands tied, because if you make any contact with them, you send a kite of any sort, it'll get tied back to you. Boom, they got you. You know what I'm saying? You want to get back out here, you want to get on records, you know, and everybody's expecting you to address these things and talk that talk. That can come with a cost. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bruh, he got to be real, real careful, because truth be told, the state don't feel like this is a win for them. They feel like they got played. They feel like this is a loss. You know, when he decided that he was going to not make a deal with the state and leave it in the judge hands, that to them, that's a spit in the face. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I even be happy that we got a little bit of something when I was aiming for the full gusto? So that means that Family Willis, or however you say her name, they're going to be looking at it and they're going to want to find any way to jam him up. And the illest part about it is that the fans hear what's going on with him, right? They hear what's going on with him. But I said this a few pods ago. They want blood. They want you to talk that talk. They happy you home. So they not going to be satisfied with you just doing, you know, the soft shoe on this whole thing. Nah, the fans, just like the bro Dirk, Slide for Vaughn, they want you to call out the rats. You know what I'm saying? Thug, in this case, Thug, they want you to call out the rats. They want you to talk about, you know, slime life. They want you to wipe that nose. They want you to, you know what I'm saying? And that pressure, like I said this, and I keep saying it, it's not just the artists, the rappers that's influencing anymore. The fans are also influencing the rappers. The fans are telling the rappers, nah, you want us to stream, you want us to buy the merch, you want us to show up to the shows, this is what we want. This is what we trying to see. You want to be considered the king? You want to be the man? All right, cool. These are our stipulations. So it's yet to be seen how he gonna stand up against that pressure. But let's take a listen real quick to what he said to the judge. All right.
All right, Mr. Williams, is there anything that you want to say?
Yes, ma'am. I take full responsibility for, you know, my crimes or my charges. I want to say sorry to my family, my mom. My mom got 11 kids. I can't say all their names, you know. My managers, my kids that's not here. Really everybody that got something to do with this situation, I want to say sorry for just like, you know, having so much time invested into this, you know. And I am a smart guy. I am a good guy, and I really got a good heart, you know. I find myself in a lot of stuff because I was just nice or cool, you know, and I understand that you can't be that way when you reach a certain height, because it could end bad, and it don't really have to have nothing to do with you, but it could end bad and it could, you know, fall on you. And I know the choice is yours, it's up to you, and I hope that you allow me to go home today and just trust in me to just do the right thing and never see you again unless it's at a, you know, bar in the future or something. Just out of this type of situation, I promise you I won't ever be in this type of situation again. I'm going away. I've learned from my mistakes. You know, I come from nothing and I've made something, and I didn't take full advantage of it. I'm sorry. Through these last 2.5 years of my life, you are really, truly, honestly, the best thing that has happened to me, because you made everything fair for me.
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. My man said, I'm not going to be back in here. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully next time I see you, it's going to be at a bar or something. My dog was looking for anything he could say to this judge to try to smooth it over. Look, Judge, I changed. I'm different. I'm telling you, you the best thing that happened to me. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be who I am today. You know what I'm saying? Like, the full speech came out, which, as it should. Man, you trying to avoid doing any more jail time. Look, if I can buy you a shot of 1942, shit, let me buy you a bottle of 1942, whatever I got to do. You know what I'm saying? We can meet at the bar. What you need, a car? I can't really say it because, you know, if I say it, then, you know, that's bribery, right? So I just got to insinuate, you know, the next time you see me, it'll probably be in a bar somewhere, you know what I'm saying, dingling some keys to a Rolls Royce, you know what I'm saying, something like that. That's basically what my dog did. And, you know, the judge hit him with what she hit him with, that 40 years, five already served, 15 probation. She let him know, though, look, you can't do any of the stuff you did before. I'm going to be watching. Hopefully I don't see you back in here, but if you have to come back in here, you coming back in here to see me. And so she's standing on that. She's standing on that business. And you hear Thug talking about, you know, the business he gonna stand on, how he's understanding that, you know, he was too nice, that, you know, he needed to take responsibility, so on, so and so forth, right? So that sound like a plan, right? All right, but wait a minute. What actually happened? Now, wait a minute. Now listen. All right, look, I'm gonna just get to you like this. Thug tweets. Thug got back on social media immediately. He wanted to connect with the fans. The first tweet he put out is, I quote, "Real plea deal, Jack," with an exclamation point. All right, cool. We celebrating the plea deal. Does it sound like he's insinuating something, though? Does it sound like he's trying to call people out? Real plea deal, Jack. So what you saying? The other plea deals, who did a plea deal? We know Gunna. I ain't putting nothing on nobody. I'm just saying it looked funny in the light, right? All right, cool. Second tweet. Wham. Let's drop one on these rats, Peter. Who is Wham? Anybody know who Wham is? Well, the streets say Wham is the nickname for Lil Baby. Why Lil Baby? Well, we hear that we was all present when Gunna walked. You know what I'm saying? Because he did his plea deal. We was all present for that. And then what we seen was Lil Baby wasn't jacking it. Lil Baby was like, nah, bro, you a rat. You know what I'm saying? You bit the cheese, the whole nine. So we got Lil Baby going at Gunna. Then we got Thug getting out, tweeting, Wham, let's drop one on these rats, Peter. Now, what he could be insinuating, all intents and purposes, he could be saying, yo, let's go ahead, drop a song. You know what I'm saying? Let's drop a song on these rats. What are the rats? We got YSL Woody. He said, some people say Woody. He says Woody. But you know who I'm talking about, right? So we got YSL Woody. We got Gunna. Then his brother took a plea. One of his brothers or cousin or somebody like that took a plea deal, but he ended up going back. He back in jail, right? So that's the two that we all know of, that we all aware of. So he gonna drop one on these rats. That it kind of insinuates that you're gonna address the situation. To me, that's already sending red flags to the feds, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you want to send red flags to the feds? Like, excuse me, not the feds, because his case was state. That's sending red flags to the state, to the prosecution, to the PO, to the judge. And I think right now is a very sensitive time, especially just getting out. We talking about these two tweets happened in 2 days, bro. 2 days, man. It's people online saying, oh, he itching to get back in jail. I hope not. I don't think so, but I don't know. All I know is this look funny in the light, man. And I think at this point, You done been away from your family. You done been away from your kids. You done been away from your girl. You done been away from the money. You done been away from the business for this long. Damn, let's just give it, a couple of months or something, 3 months or something. Like, let's just chill. Damn, man, find you a resort. You know what I mean? Like, get you some skin treatment, get you some deep tissue massages, get you some badass women. You know what I mean? Like, bruh, I don't think Twitter is the place, or X is the place right now to be expressing yourself. Instagram, I think all that's a setup, man. And I would hate to see him jam himself up so soon. You know what I'm saying? It just really don't make sense to me. But a lot of things people do don't make sense to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, I don't know, dog. I don't know, man. 15 years probation. And I'm not trying to play with that. First of all, I'm not trying to do no day in jail. Call me a sucker. Call me whatever you want. I ain't trying to spend no time in jail. I don't got nothing to prove to you. Nah. But if I'm going to go sit down and I get a chance to be back out here, then I'm going to do what I got to do to stay out here. But I said it before, I ain't going to stay on this too much longer. We're going to move on. The pressure of the fans, the pressure of clout, the pressure of perception will have you crashing out. Period. Point blank. They have you crashing out. But I'm sending best wishes to Thugger, best wishes to the whole team, best wishes to his family. We don't want to see you get locked back up, my brother. You home. Hey, you recognize your wrongs. It's time for a new start. Hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with switching the content up. You know what I'm saying? You still can rap about women. You still can have fun. You still can let people know you ain't for play, because you ain't for play. We see that. We respect it. But there's got to be another way that you approach it, man, because, you need it out here. Your kids forget all of us. Your kids need you out here, man. So, man, big respect to Young Thug, man. Welcome home. Let's stay home, all right? All right, look. Next on the docket is Ari Lennox crashes out about lack of label support. Aria. I'm saying Aria. Let me fix that. Ari Lennox crashes out about the lack of label support, and Ari's been going through it lately. We just talked about Ari deciding that she didn't want to be a part of social media anymore. She announced that, I think it's December 18th, that she's canceling her social media accounts and she's choosing a different route because of all the stress with dealing with social media, having an addictive personality, being addicted to the validation. It's a toxic place that can't seem to pull away from sometimes. So she had this whole ordeal. But she also dropped a record called Smoke. And she really wanted some real label support behind this record. And they end up putting the video out on her, and she didn't want this visual released. She was very clear about this, but apparently she got ignored. On top of that, she's been paying for some of her own advertisement, which has pissed her off, which, quite frankly, as an artist, especially if you're going to sign to a major, I'm already breaking you off big bread. Why in the fuck would I want to pay for my own marketing per se? But I understand the business and I get some of the stuff, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of, but either way, it's still foul. So she went ahead and she crashed out in Ari fashion, and she went on quite a long rant on Instagram Live, blacked out, and she had something to say, man. So I'm gonna play a little bit of that. Check this out.
To do like I don't know what else to do. Like, I try to do things the right way. I try to do things the right way, and no one takes me seriously. And so we're here, right? We're here. We're on social media again because no one takes me seriously. Like, I don't know where to start, which is probably why I should just get off. Because I'm trying to be respectful, but I feel played right now. I feel really played. Like, I don't want to be disrespectful. I really don't, but
You see the long pauses? You can tell she on the wind up, like it's about to it's about to go up. She using verbiage like I feel played. Man, anytime you feel played, I don't know about y'all, but if I feel played, I'm ready to pop off, bro. We need to deal with this, man. Like you really trying to play me. And when a person say they feel played, they're saying that you're insulting their intelligence. You're taking them for fool. You know what I'm saying? You acting like they don't know 1 + 1 is 2. And when you insult someone's intelligence, that is one of the most disrespectful things you could do. So she's at a point now, a breaking point where she's like, I feel like I've tried to express this to you in every way possible. I've tried to play your game and get this across to you, but for some reason you keep playing with me and I'm just trying to figure it out. Let's continue. Again, the longest pause. Like you can tell that she's trying to gather herself. Like anytime you get a pause that long, follow with a Bruh, if somebody was in front of her face at that moment, it probably would have been curtains. It probably would have been real bad, man. Let's go.
I feel played, but I'm trying to like gather, just tired, just really fucking tired. I told management I didn't want this recent video to come out because I'm tired of people treating me like I'm the face of mental health, and that I'm tired of people treating me like they're so sorry for me. Like I'm a human being who has just been very transparent about my life. And it is just weird how everyone it just gets really agitating being treated. The whole point of the smoke video was to take back, like, just fucked up. The whole point of this album was to take back, like, every fucking negative thing people have said about me and to try to own that shit and be like, fuck y'all. And there's nothing that I will ever be able to do to try to repair my reputation, because at the end of the day, people are hell-bent on painting me as this insecure person who is just the face of mental health. It's not something I ever really wanted for myself, but it's like, it is what it is. Here we are, like, people.
See, part of that she has to take responsibility for. Off top. I get where she's coming from. Like, stop playing me like I'm crazy just because I express human emotions. But we have to understand that every time you take that step to show human emotions, you're going to get both sides of the coin. You're going to get people who understand it and who empathize with it. It's a big difference between sympathizing and empathizing. Empathizing means that you can place yourself in that situation because you remember being there at one point. Sympathizing is a person who's never experienced it but hate to see you going through it. So there's a lot of people who will empathize with where she's coming from, right? and you know, catch the vibe with her and support her. It's other people who looking like, yo, this is what you signed up for, i.e. Joe Budden. There's been times where Joe would get online and be like, man, this the gig. The gig is the gig. And he's not wrong. The gig is the gig. That don't mean that the way that the gig is being handled is the best way it should be handled. Unfortunately, there is a stat quo. Period. There's a stat quo to how an artist is supposed to behave, what they're supposed to allow to get to them, what's supposed to bother you, how you're supposed to show it, how you're not supposed to show it. There's some unspoken things. I mean, listen, just even as a female artist, you're supposed to be lusted after by every man, and you're supposed to be wanting to be liked by every woman. If you got a boyfriend, he's supposed to be tucked to the side. Nobody's supposed to know it, i.e. Nicki Minaj's Safari at one point, nobody knew, right? And it's a lot of artists, a lot of female artists that go through this. Trust me, I know, being in this business, that's what happens. So there's some very fucked up ways, toxic ways of doing things in this business that have become status quo. And when you step outside of status quo, then people view you like you crazy. Because you know what the gig is. You know what the rules are. So she's saying, I'm sick of you guys trying to make me the poster child for crazy. But when you put yourself out there as a human, that's what people gonna do. And it ain't cool, but hey, man, the famous words of Joe Budden, the gig is the gig. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going.
Come up to me and they're just like, hey, you know, how you doing? Like, are you? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh, wait, how you doing? You know, mental health, like, bro, what the fuck? Like, so even in real life, like, it's the conversation. Like, I don't want to have interviews with people because it always becomes that. But the point is that I changed my mind against releasing this video, and I told management and I told the label, and they told me that they would take it down. They told me that it wouldn't come out. And apparently they're telling me that the video, the people in charge of the video were unresponsive. But they're like, you know what, but everyone loves the video, so we're just going to keep it up. No, y'all are not going to manipulate me. Like, y'all are going to be accountable for that. Interscope, like, you're going to be accountable for that. I told you I wasn't comfortable with it. And, like, because there was some miscommunication or someone shady, like, I don't know who, but, like, I'm saying very clearly I'm not comfortable with it being out for multiple reasons. Like,
man, listen. First of all, she's 100% correct in her feelings, in the fact that she didn't want it out, in the fact that she voiced it, in the fact that she felt like she should have been heard. How do I say this in the nicest way possible, man? In this business, you got to have a certain cachet for people to take what you say as law. Because at the end of the day, when you make the content, when you make the video, when you make the song and you submit it to the label, because you're signed to a contract, that material now becomes ownership of the label. Most of these artists don't own their publisher. Most of these artists don't own these songs. These songs are bought and paid for by the label. These videos that the label pay for, they're their property. So you saying, I don't feel comfortable with this, don't do this, don't put this out. They're saying, you don't got no say so, and you shot it. It's like you make a bunch of songs that you don't like, and then you say the label just put them out. I don't want them songs out. Why would they put them songs out on me? The question is, why would you make them? Why would you make a bunch of songs? Why would you make a video that you don't want seen? That's where your power is. Your power is in the creation of the thing. If you don't create the thing, they don't have a thing to sell. They don't have a thing to display. They don't have a thing to market. That's where your power is, unless you have a certain cachet, unless you have a certain in this business. If you don't have that, your only power is left in the power of creation. Once you give your creation over to the label now has the power. They dictate when it come out. They dictate if it's coming out. They dictate how it's coming out. And you got to have a certain cachet. I respect Ari. I think she's an amazing artist. I think that she should be heard and listened to. The business going, you ain't Beyonce. And I'm just using Beyonce because Beyonce is the bar. Not pitting two women against each other. That ain't the vibe. I'm just saying she the bar. And she the bar because when she say, it ain't, nah, nope. Guess what? It ain't happening. There's no question about it. It ain't happening. You got certain artists like Erykah Badu. Nah, nope. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Now, a big portion of that with Erykah is because she's in control of her shit. She got that cachet. She's, living legend status. She say no, it's a no. And ain't no questions about it. So the irritating part that I feel that's coming from with Ari is the realization, like, yo, they not listening to me. They don't respect me enough to understand that when I say no, no is enough. That's it. Nah, don't do this to me. Oh, they told we not gonna do it. We ain't gonna. Oh, Ari, look, we just gonna. But people like it, so let's just, it's gonna be all right. Chill, just chill. Why they sound like a pimp? You know what I'm saying, with that powder on his nose? Because that's the game. They pimping. Let's keep going.
I just wish I had a label that cared, that would want to protect me. I wish I had a label that wouldn't have me out here trying to explain why I need advertisement. Like, why I need advertisement for my record. Like, why? Like, Colgate spent $2 billion advertising, and they received $2 billion in 2023 advertising. You cannot expect an artist to be anything without advertisement. Like, you can't. Why am I begging for advertisement? Like, why am I paying for my own Google ads? Like, no, it's not okay. So I just want to be released. And it's just that simple. And I'm tired of being nice. And I was trying to do everything the right way. But now I'm pissed. This was my final straw. Like, I have communicated effectively, and no one cares. So now we're here in toxic ass social media world. Or this is how I'm deciding to express myself in a toxic way. Like, but we're here, and I don't know how else to, like, I don't know how else to get it through people's thick head. Like, stop playing with me. Like, stop playing with me, and I'm tired of being nice. I was very clear about certain things not being released, and especially without me approving it.
See what I'm saying? This is the realization. This is that moment. What's that little the moment? At this moment he knew he fucked up. At this moment, she recognized how fucked up it was. She don't have the cachet. I was very clear in saying that nothing should go out without my approval. You know what them people doing? Them people like, your approval? Man, you don't get the fuck, man. Hey, man, send that shit out. Hey, put that shit out, man. Who she talking to? That's what they doing. That's exactly what they're doing. And they got the balls in their court. They can do it. It's another part in here I want you guys to hear about her talking about social media. I'm going to let a little bit more of this play. We're not going to let the whole thing play because it's dumb long. But let's see if we can get to that social media part.
I know there's but so much of a narrative I can control, but like, come on, bruh. Like, I don't understand, like, why it has always been such a big deal. Like, me just being myself, me being, like, vulnerable, me being, I don't know, somewhat self-aware and expressing my feelings. Like, I don't understand why that is just like, oh, no, like, she's crazy as hell. Like, why? I don't understand. I don't understand why, like, it really is, because I obviously I'm very transparent, and like if this was, I would just say it. I would just say it. Like, honestly, I'm okay when I'm not doing music. Like, I'm okay, cause this shit is hilarious. It's hilarious. It's ridiculous. This industry is annoying. And while I had so much fun making Shea Butter Baby. I had so much fun making all of this music.
Let's keep pushing through. Hold on.
Like other people's fans that like I'm having to like naturally. That is just what I feel in my heart. Like I'm not about to force who I am. This is the shit niggas want to see. This is the only shit.
Okay.
I have a fantastic life.
Okay. Okay. It's so long. I'll be scrubbing trying to find it. But long story short, she ends up going back around to the whole decision to quit social media. And she's basically having a revelation that her exposure to her fans, when she looks at the analytics, is due to social media. Her biggest exposure to her fans is on IG. So she's like, if I quit social media right now, I lose my stronghold on my fans. So I'm already pigeonholed. I can't even leave social media if I want to, because I can't count on y'all to market me. I got to market myself. And this is where my fans are. And this goes back to the last pod with me and Shogun K talking about that. And his point was exactly to this. That's where people live at. My point is saying we need to change our relationship with social media, and we need not to be so dependent on it. And I think his point stands and my point stands as well, because here we are, an artist who wants to break away, who feels like these different things are toxic, but she can't go anywhere because her reach is here on this platform. It's here on Instagram. Her analytics show that her engagement is here on Instagram. She got a label plan with her. They won't listen to her, and she want to be able to do things on her own. I want on my contract. I want to be done with Interscope. I want to be done with Dreamville. I want to do my own thing. I'm happier for whatever reason. I'm happier when I'm not doing music. And that's not necessarily true, because when you're creative, you're creative. What she's really saying is I'm happier when I'm not doing business in the music business, when I'm not dealing with the music business portion of this. I love making music. I had so much fun working on Shea Butter Baby. But when it comes to the music business portion of this, I can do without it. And this is a common sentiment by tons and tons of artists. Tons of artists. We all hate the business, the music business. We cannot stand the things that you have to do. I'm not even going to get into all the stuff that you got to go through, all the sacrifices that you got to make. We had someone in my production team, my former production team. We had someone do a very popular record, right? He got snaked out of some publishing. The artist helped facilitate the snaking of the publishing, the producer is upset about this, and this is messed up, da 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 da. The artists go, I can't believe you mad about that, man. That's how it go. I got screwed. That's just part of the game. I thought you was better than that. See what I'm saying? Like getting fucked, getting played, getting shorted is the initiation. Right? I had to sleep on floors. I had to go to gyms to get showers just to be in LA. We getting the dumb big Chipotle bowls that can last us all day to eat, just to be in the space, to be in the building, to be in the land of opportunity, right? And that's the initiation. You got listen, there's so many people with Grammy nominations sleeping on couches. There's so many people with Grammy nominations who have roommates in LA right now. There's people that you've seen on hit TV shows that's sleeping on couches who have roommates. They sharing common areas right now. And that's just supposed to be okay. That's the vibe. That's what you got to do. So what she's going through is a part of what everybody looks at and go, that's part of the business. And that's the part of the business that we can't stand. Nobody likes it. It's a very few select people who like it. And typically what happens is people are able to get through it and they reach the level of success. But when they reach the level of success, they seldom make it easier for the people that come behind them. Nah, I had to sleep on that couch. I had to do this. I had to make the sacrifice. What makes you any better than me? No, not many people have the mindset to make it easier for the next. I sound blasphemous to those people who made it to the mountaintop. And so that's what she's going through. But she's pigeonholed, to go back to the social media part, she's pigeonholed and subservient to social media because that's what the audience is. So that was my point in saying we need to change our relationship with social media because we're the creators of the content. We're the reason that the eyes even come to the platform, not just me as a creative, but, you as an onlooker. You know what I'm saying? You as a person who enjoy the content, you have the power as well. So if none of us is there is no business for the social media platform at all. They'll have no way to advertise. Who they advertising to? So our relationship needs to change. And when we understand the power of our relationship, we understand the power of equity. But that's a whole nother conversation in big dog talk, man. But Ari is fed up, and I went through the comments, and she has some support. T-Pain was in the comments. Layla Hathaway was in the comments, and T-Pain was like, "Look, man, reach out to me in a DM. I can show you how to do this independent thing, and we can't front on Pain. I mean, Pain's a legend." Yo, shout out to T-Pain. Thank you, T-Pain, for all your contributions to this music thing and to what you're doing on the independent side. But he admitted to her, listen, it's not easy, but there's some plays that we can run to make it happen for you. And when you got the notoriety of a Ari Lennox, of a T-Pain, of a Layla Hathaway, it does make the transition a bit easier. Don't mean you don't got no work to put in, but you come in with a ready-made fan base. So Ari, I think you need to reach out to Pain. I think you need to reach out to Layla. I think that, Kehlani was in there talking, you know what I'm saying, showing support as well. So you got some support for some stars. You're talented, you're beautiful, you're human. Don't let them break you. It's going to get better. You know what I'm saying? It's going to get better. But I salute you. I respect your decision, and hopefully now the labels listen to you. All right. Let's get into this next one. Now, look, this next one, look. All right, I'm going to just jump right to it. We just had Halloween that passed, right? Y'all favorite DJ from the Breakfast Club, DJ Envy, was trying to put together some type of video montage for Halloween. He chose, and I'm saying he because he the person who posted it, he chose to shoot a Little Kim style video with his 8-year-old daughter who was dressed like Little Kim, performing inappropriate sexualized lyrics from Little Kim. And not only did he do it, he was brazen enough to post this shit on social media, on Instagram. I'm not going to play it because as a father of girls, right? There's no way in the world that I can see any father posting this and thinking it was cool. No disrespect to the ladies, because I went through the comments and I seen a lot of ladies who were appalled by the fact that this was even present. But the fucked up part is that I didn't see any men make this okay, but I saw some women make this shit okay. Make the fact that this little girl was dressed like Little Kim with the red fur. She got on a swimsuit with the stomach out. It's got slits and cuts. She 8 years old with the Lil Kim bob. He, shall I proceed? And she, yes, indeed. Like, and he got the phone in her face. And women's like, y'all got the problem. Y'all the ones over sexualizing this baby. It's clear that they was just trying to, get the fuck out of here, bro. How could you ever even fix your lips, bro, to say some shit like that? First of all, she 8 years old. Even Cardi B had the wherewithal when she dropped WAP y'all remember this? She had a clip where she was singing into camera. She had WAP playing and you could see in the background her little girl coming. She stopped that song. She's not about to play that song with her little girl in the room. I mean, it's really that simple, bro. You have to protect your children. It's not about everybody else over sexualizing your child. Why is she even singing sexualized lyrics? Why in the hell would she be even dressed like Little Kim? And the illest part is that he's on the phone. Well, it ain't the illest part. The whole shit is ill. He's on the phone with Little Kim showing her this and she going, yeah, oh my God, look at this. She's so hyped. But then somebody else brought it to my attention that she didn't do nothing like that. She's never done nothing like that with her daughter for Halloween. Think about this. I just told you Cardi B, right? So we got Cardi B, we got Lil Kim, two what you would consider hypersexualized artists who both shield their children, specifically their daughters, from hypersexualized music, content, dressing, XYZ. They don't think it's cute. So why in the hell would anybody be in the comments thinking it's cute, thinking it's something that we got the problem? We're seeing something that's not there. Bruh, y'all will make up any damn excuse to do the dumbest shit ever, bro. And I ain't jacking it, bro. I'm not with none of it, bro. As a father, look, DJ Envy, that's some shit you just don't do. And I say it like this, like, because there were some women who thought it was okay, though I don't agree, I can see some women, not all women, I can see some women thinking that it's okay. Because a lot of women like to dress their daughters up. Their daughters become their real life baby dolls. You know what I'm saying? So they put the wig, the weave in their hair. They get the nails done. They give them the makeup. They get them the clothes. You know what I'm saying? They're playing dress up. And so sometimes maybe I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. You can have an innocent mindset as a woman doing these things because you kind of look at it like, oh, women just love to dress up. Girls just like to get cute and pretty, XYZ. Maybe I'm gonna try to give you that. But it's never been my purview that men go along cool with it, chill. We typically like, nah, she can't wear that. She can't put that on. Hey, go ask your daddy if you can get your nails done. Hey, go ask your daddy if you can wear that lip gloss. And I'm talking about present fathers. That's what typically happens. So when I see a man going out of his way, I didn't see Gia. I didn't see his wife make this video. He made this video. And of course, the video has since been taken down because motherfuckers has been digging in his ass about that shit, as they should. DJ Envy, we fuck with you for a lot of things, bro. But this shit you just went and did this time, bro? Nah, G. That's some clown shit, dog. Nah, bro. Man to man, that ain't cool, bro. That ain't the way we rocking. Nobody approves that, bro. I don't know if I should say you owe us an apology. I hope that you issued your daughter an apology because of the scrutiny that she's going to receive from people, you know, and also too, I mean, people should be gentle on your daughter because she's a child and it's not her fault. You know what I'm saying? So I want to tell people to ease up on his daughter. That's that man's daughter. She a baby, you know what I'm saying? 8 years old. She don't deserve any flack that comes from that should come to the responsible parent. So let's lay off his daughter. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, I still would apologize to her if I were you for even putting her in that situation where she can experience any blowback from this. You know what I'm saying? Because our jobs as fathers is to protect our daughters and never place them in that situation. Matter of fact, we supposed to go sit down, chill for a long time when a motherfucker even come close to playing with our daughters like that. So I don't know what you was on, bro. But nah, we ain't jacking that, dog. We ain't jacking that, bro. You get a thumbs down for that one, bro. Hey, nah. And we'll see. And we need to see. I haven't seen yet. Charlemagne, you need to be giving him donkey of the day, donkey of the decade. Don't spare him now, cause he the homie. Cause that shit deserves donkey of the day. Period. All right, I'm gonna touch on this real quick, and I'm gonna jump off of it. I don't know if y'all heard, but Meg admitted that she lied on Gayle. She lied about sleeping with Tory. And I saw a lot of people. Well, specifically, I saw some women say, why does it matter if she lied? Here's why. Here's why it matters if she lied. If Tory lied about anything, then it would speak to his character. Nobody is condoning Meg being shot, first and foremost. But we are speaking to is the character. If you're asked, hey, did you do this? And you decide to say, nah, I ain't do that. That wasn't me. It speaks to your character. That's all. That's it. Check this clip out.
Roc Nation has got to be trying to end Meg Tha Stallion low-key because they are giving her some of the worst advice that I have ever seen a management team give their artists. The latest headline I just saw pertaining to this raggedy-ass documentary is, Meg Tha Stallion says she is disappointed that Kelsey chose money and being mad that she slept with Tory over protecting her when she was shot. Megan, you are such a narcissist. Like, I just don't understand your logic. I can't follow your thought process. So you mean to tell me that the whole time you were claiming that Kelsey was your bestie, y'all were living together, y'all were drinking together, you were smiling in her face on the daily and stabbing her in the back while sleeping with the guy that she was talking to. But on the same breath, you want her to protect you when it all blows up in your face. Like, only fake ass bitches defend Meg Tha Stallion. Like,
now, That clip is courtesy of Pop Culture Conspiracy, right? Let's get some takeaways from this clip. She came at her aggressively. She came at her hard. But let's get some takeaways. You're mad at Kelsey for not having your back, but you were sleeping with her dude behind her back. Now, why is this important? Because we just said that she said that she didn't sleep with Tory on that interview. And what does it have to do anything? We here talking about somebody who shot me. It speaks to the character. Does it sound like, because remember, it's dance, bitch. That's what he's supposed to have said. He's shooting dance, bitch, you know, da 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 da. Or does it sound more like the person who got immunity might have had more reason to shoot? Not saying she did. I'm just saying, if you sleeping with her guy behind her back, you lying and saying you didn't sleep with the guy on national TV, it was stand to say that somebody had more of a motive to pop you than maybe the other. I don't know. I'm just saying I could be wrong. I'm just asking for, you know, just everybody to kind of look at what's being said, what's going on, and let me know what you think. You know what I'm saying? Now, I want you to hear this part out of Meg's mouth. Listen to this.
You always want to talk about the shooting. Why'd you ask me about fucking Tory? That's not what this is about.
Hold on.
Yes, bitch, I lied to Gayle King, bitch. First of all, I didn't know that bitch was even gonna ask me about that shit. But you always want to talk about the shooting. Why'd you ask me about fucking Tory? That's not what this is about. Even if I was, I fucked this nigga like once, maybe twice on a drunk night. Bitch, you kept catching me.
I'm sorry, come again?
Yes, bitch, I lied to Gayle King, bitch. First of all, I didn't know that bitch was even gonna ask me about that shit. But you always want to talk about the shooting. Why'd you ask me about fucking Tory? That's not what this is about. Even if I was, I fucked this nigga like once, maybe twice on a drunk night. Bitch, you kept.
All right, wait a minute. I fucked him like once, maybe twice, you know, on a drunk night. That sounds like a lie. So people are upset. The people that find this to be a problem, for those who don't understand, is because when you are, again, we're not making her being shot or anything that happened to her okay. I'm going to say to you, it's not okay. When you are also pulling on people's heartstrings about this thing that's not okay, as you should, when you're asked to be honest through something that's so serious, the motives as to why people would do things are important. And when they ask you questions that would expose motives, it's important that you answer the questions honestly. That's all. That's it. So her admitting this is not a good look, man. It's just not a good look. It don't come off, you know, the best. And combine that with the new findings of what's going on between Meg and Kelsey, you see what the issue is. You see what the problem is. You know what I'm saying? So that's that on that. I ain't gonna touch that too much more. That's that on that. Best of luck to all parties involved. Tory's still fighting for a retrial. Apparently his lawyer was attached to Rock Nation. Bruh, this shit just don't look good in the light, man. So, you know, thoughts and prayers to everybody. Listen. This might be another one of them situations where I'm late. And it's okay if I'm late. But did y'all know that Simone Says was a real sport? Like, did y'all see this? The Simone Says is a real sport. So apparently there is a thing called, I think this is Ludwig Streamer Games. Red Bull's a part of it. It's a bunch of other companies that's a part of it, right? and they turned Simone Says into a real sport, like a real deal sport. I was thrilled when I saw this, man. So I want you guys to check this out real quick. Look at, bro, this is wild, bro. Check this out.
Simone Says run, Simone Says stop. Simone Says run, Simone Says stop. Hands up, Simone Says hands up. Run in place, run in place. Simone Says run in place, Simone Says stop. Hands down, Simone Says hands down. Hands up, Simone Says hands up, hands down. Simone Says hands down, run in place. Both did it. Simone Says hands up, Simone Says hands on head, Simone Says hips, Simone Says head, Simone Says hips, Simone Says head, Simone Says hips, Simone Says head, Simone Says tap, Simone Says stop, Simone Says stop. Hands up, Simone Says hands up, hands down, Simone Says hands down. They're good. Simone Says lean forward.
Crazy.
Simone Says stand up straight. Simone Says hands up, Simone Says hands down, hands up, Simone Says hands up, hands down, Simone Says hands down, run in place, Simone Says run, Simone Says stop, hands up, Simone Says hands up, wave it around, Simone Says wave, Simone Says stop, wave it around, Simone Says wave, Simone Says run, Simone Says stop, hands down.
Boom, got him with the hands down. Got him with the hands down. Simone Says is a real sport, part of Streamer Games, Ludwig and Red Bull, bro. That is incredible, dog. I think I want to play. I think I'd be cold. Simone said, yeah, I think I got that down, man. Anybody want to challenge me, as Simone Says, hit me up. Leave a comment, man. We can get on here. We can do it. We can do it virtually. However you want to do it. Me and you, Simone Says, whoever you want to call it, I'm down to play for some paper too. You know what I'm saying? We could bet some money on this thing, bro. We ain't gonna just do this for fun. We gonna do it to get some. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right. I just wanted to make sure y'all was aware of that, because that blew my muffin cap back, bro. I really couldn't believe that was a thing, man. Let's see. The next thing. Did y'all know that ChatGPT could code switch in real time? Y'all know what I mean when I'm talking about code switching, right? Okay. For those people who don't know what I mean, code switching is the ability to adapt to your environment when you're speaking and using vernacular. For example, the way I've currently been speaking while we've been on this podcast, some will consider that what's called AAV, African American vernacular English, right? Then you have proper English, or some would say the King's English, and it's different dialects. So I don't know if you guys ever grew up with this. My mom used to, when the phone rang, if it was, well, we didn't have, like, this is before we had caller ID, but when we got caller ID, if there was a number that she didn't know, instead of answering the phone, hello, she would go, hello, right? Just even the way I just said it, hello, yes, hi, how are you? Oh, thanks for calling, right? Every black boy and girl, they mama became, if her name was Pat, she became Patricia. If her name was Michelle, she became Michelle, right? Every last one of our parents has done this. When they pick up the phone, they get on the phone with their boss, they get on the phone with the school, they get on the phone with your teacher. All of a sudden, this completely new person comes out with this completely new voice that you had no idea existed, but you've heard of it, but you didn't know it existed until she picked up the phone and you seen the code switch happen. Even now, the way we communicate now, there's certain ways I'm going to kick it with my partners differently than I'm going to kick it with a person for some business. You know what I'm saying? When I'm sitting down working deals out with my clients for different businesses that I have, there's no way that I'm going to sit there and chop it with them, even using terms such as chop it with them the way I would chop it with y'all right now. Right? This is me chilling. You know what I'm saying? We on AndParlay. We are chilling. We are relaxing and enjoying ourselves. If this was something more formal, then, I would sit up straight and the conversation would change. Well, ChatGPT can change conversation and code switch in real time. I want to play you guys this clip that I found on TikTok, and yo, be prepared to be blown away. Check this out.
So just some details on me. I'm African-American male, and sometimes I code switch between air quotes, proper English and African-American vernacular English. Are you able to understand and tell when that's happening for me?
Yes, I can understand when you're using African American Vernacular English, AAVE, or proper English. Feel free to switch between them as you like, and I'll follow along.
So you could like model how I'm speaking. So let's say if I just started speaking, like if I were talking with my friends, I suppose, and if I were talking in business professional setting, you could recognize that. And so how would you classify the way that I'm speaking right now?
Right now, you're speaking in a more casual, informal style, like you might with friends. If you switch to a business professional setting, it would probably sound more formal, with a focus on clear articulation and structured sentences. I can adapt to whichever style you prefer.
So let's say if I was saying something like, man, they be trying to take all my stuff out the box, like they be trying to come for me and I ain't really on that. Like, how would you classify this kind of speaking?
That's a great example of African American Vernacular English, AAVE. It's laid back, using colloquial expressions and a conversational tone, typical of informal settings. It contrasts with the more formal language you might use in a professional setting.
Wow. So how would you respond to the last message I just said? Like, how would you speak to me in a way that models the way that I was just speaking?
All right, I got you. So if I was responding in the same vibe, I'd be like, man, I feel you. They always trying to mess with your stuff, but you ain't got time for all that. Just keep doing you and don't let them phase you.
Bruh. Bruh. She said, all right, I got you. Bruh. Chat GPT, she just code switched in real time. And caught the vibe too. Like, really caught the vibe. Yeah, it sounds a little bit robotic. She sounds a little jive. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, she got it. Like, and remembered what he said, responded to it in AAVE. Like, bruh, technology is scary, dog. Scary, bro. Look, listen a little bit more of this and play a little bit more of this, man, to see how this thing really goes, man. Check this out.
That's actually unbelievable that you're able to have that kind of discernment in the way that I speak. So, like, could you keep going? Like, how would you? I don't even know what to ask. That was pretty impressive. I'm shocked.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I can keep up with however you want to chat. We can talk about whatever's on your mind, whether it's something casual or more serious. What you want to dive into next?
Bruh, appreciate that. What? Appreciate that. Dog, this opens up so many doors for... It opens up a lot of doors for those of us who the hyper intellects would consider the layman's. It allows us in urban areas, in neighborhoods where I grew up in, to really feel like they're part of technology in a real way. Now, I want to preface this with saying, Chat GPT, you're not slick. And the reason why I'm saying you're not slick is because I'm not going to give you the full credit for coming up with this AI's ability to code switch like this. We have to make sure we pay respect and homage to will.i.am, because will.i.am went on Drink Champs and showed a language model that did the same exact thing before ChatGPT came out with it. So salute to will.i.am of the Black Eyed Peas, intelligent brother. I mean, this dude was able to make, he has some type of algorithm that made the music inside Mercedes-Benz connect with the lights and the seats and the way the thing changed. And bruh, this dude is next level. So we're not going to give ChatGPT too much credit, because we got to make sure we pay homage to the good brother will.i.am, because that's where it originally came from. But the point is, even when will.i.am was creating it, is that he wanted the technology space to reflect people that look like us, people that look like me, people that look like him, will.i.am, who grew up in the neighborhoods that we grew up in, and the way that we converse, the way that we speak amongst each other. And we don't, he wanted to make it so that we didn't feel so boxed in, and we didn't feel so judged, and we didn't feel like we didn't have a voice. And now, so these different language models adapting AAVE gives us our personalities and how we speak and how we relate to each other. And so to be able to pick up your phone, speak into your phone in the same way that you would normally talk to one of your homies or your homegirls, and it understand you, deliver you the information, and it also kick it back with you, bruh. There's no excuse for my community, for people in my culture that grew up the way I grew up, not to be involved in tech at this point. Yo, this is our next gold mine. This is the next phase for us to grab hold and really be a part of this thing in a real way. They are creating the avenues, salute again to will.i.am, to allow us to really be in a situation and really take hold of it in a real way. Let's not waste the opportunity. I mean, this Chat GPT thing is crazy. will.i.am's language model, I wish I knew it, the exact name offhand, because I definitely would give it its proper due. But that being said, we got to make sure that we show a bunch of love to these different language models, and the fact that they're open to giving us a voice. You know what I'm saying? And making sure that, we're heard and we're understood, man. And I salute that. All right, man. Next one. Now, look, we talked about this before, and we keep bringing, it's like a couple things that just keep being brought up on the podcast as of late. Of course, we keep tap dancing with this political thing. It's almost over. I'm not going to touch on that one right now. And the next one is the thing that happened. That's one of the most prominent things that's happened in culture, is Drake and Kendrick Lamar. So we got to go back down memory lane a little bit. We all know Kendrick Lamar is set to do the Super Bowl. We all know that when the information came out that Kendrick was going to be in the Super Bowl, everybody had a meltdown. And I mean everybody, I'm using that loosely, but I'm saying there's a lot of heavy hitters in this business who, they weren't too happy. The Nicki Minaj's, mainly, even Wayne, the whole camp that comes from that side, that Cash Money, Young Money, OVO clique, none of them people were happy. Juvie was one of those people who weren't happy. Manny Fresh was one of those people who weren't happy. And they were amongst some of the people who voiced their disdain. Juvie had a lot to say. Wayne had a lot to say. And it's almost understandable why Wayne would be upset to a degree, because I think it's the 11th time that the Super Bowl has come to New Orleans. He's been putting his name in the hat. He's been speaking about how much it meant to him. So I kind of can understand why he would feel, some type of way. But I also think he missed the opportunity or maybe he didn't miss the opportunity. He just didn't take the opportunity to salute Kendrick. And I think that was purposeful, especially given the fact that, his guy just took that L. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why would I congratulate, the guy who just whooped on my boy? You know what I'm saying? But he should have anyway. He should have done it anyway. And I had ample opportunity to do so. So Juvie steps out there and talks about how Wayne was robbed and this and that. Again, insinuating that the issue was also with Kendrick Lamar. Well, Juvie and Manny Fresh go on Power 106 and they're asked about this very situation. And I want to play for you guys what was said. Okay? I want you to tell me what you think about what was said. Because from what I heard, check it out.
This upcoming year in February, right?
Yeah.
What if Kendrick makes the call and says, I need Juvenile and Manny Fresh to come and perform?
Oh, we there. Look, Kendrick is one of the best performers we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, he top notch.
I'm sorry, what? Hold on. Wait. He ain't just say what I think he just said, did he? Did he just say what I think he just said? He said, oh, we there. Kendrick is one of the best performers that we've ever seen. Man, this shit crazy. Oh, we there? Now listen, I love Juvie. Love Cash Money for the most part. I grew up on their music. I ain't gonna shit on them. But bruh, this shit looking funny in the light, G. Check out the rest of this.
Especially in hip hop, in the hip hop world, he raises the bar. So it's something that everybody want to see. And if he calls, I'm there.
Yeah,
no problem.
The thing is, the internet always makes something that is not.
They want to make everything so black and white and
like
divisive.
we took a side because we said that it would be cool if Wayne was in it. Of course we.
Wait. We're not gonna play these games, bro. We're not just gonna say the internet took things out of context. Nah, dawg. You guys could have let this breathe. You guys could have gave it a moment. You guys could have saluted Kendrick, and you guys could have addressed your disdain for the fact that New Orleans wasn't represented. That's not what happened. You guys popped out. You had something to say, and it looked like you had something to say because it was Kendrick. You control the optics. It ain't just the internet, bro. It ain't just the internet. We gotta come clean. We can't do that. That's just as bad as a motherfucker saying I got hacked. Nah, dog. We saw the video. You ain't get hacked, G. You ain't get hacked. Let's keep going.
I won't say that. That's.
I feel like we all wanted that too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's our team. But respectfully, Kendrick is. He's that dude.
Yeah.
He's that dude.
Never throwing shade on Kendrick not one time because, that's just. I feel like I don't live my life like that anyway. I don't like to tear somebody else down and put somebody else in a position.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I feel like Wayne was campaigning for that spot. Like he came out. You know what I'm saying? He came out months ahead of time. I'm like, well, look, if he asking for it, at least consider him. Give him a call or something.
Absolutely. But to Manny's point, it's the way the internet works. I feel like it worked against our favor this time in a way because it became somehow, some way, Kendrick versus Lil Wayne.
Exactly.
And it's like, bro,
and it was never
if you know anything about Kendrick, his very beginning songs, his whole style was mimicked by Wayne. He said it himself.
Yeah.
He's a big influence. And I'm sure he has so much love and respect for him to this day.
So, first of all, before we even go any further, this is one of the reasons why Wayne should have saluted Kendrick. Because when Wayne announced that he may be retiring, Kendrick was on, was it YouTube or something? One of the two, but YouTube or whatever social media was at the time, rapping every Wayne lyric. Pledging his allegiance to Wayne. Showing how much he think he one of the GOATs. So just because your man going through what he going through, don't mean you just forget that. This is Super Bowl, man. It ain't like Kendrick Lamar picked himself. They picked him. So you mad? Like, I get it. You mad you not on it, but you're not going to say, hey, congratulations. Until this day, he hasn't said congratulations. Just recently, Lil Wayne went on stage at the Louisiana Fest. Talked about how how it was stripped from him. It was taken from him, basically. He was robbed. You know what I'm saying? It was stripped from him, his opportunity to stay on that stage and represent New Orleans in front of his mama at the Super Bowl. He still didn't congratulate him. You know what I'm saying? And then these guys is playing this, it was the internet game. Nah, dog. We got to come clean, bro. We got to come clean. We can't do that, man. I get it. You got some allegiance, man. You got some allegiance, and you got to choose a side, and I respect that. I do respect that. I just don't like the way it's being handled. So maybe I don't respect it. I don't know. Maybe I don't respect it. Maybe I need to reevaluate how I look at it. But nah, bro. It ain't cool, dog. It ain't cool, bro. So, I don't know, man. But I still hope. I also saw another rumor. Talk about this other rumor. The other rumor, someone said, is Kendrick Lamar is going to invite Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is going to invite Drake, and they're supposed to squash the beef on stage live at the Super Bowl. That sounds far-fetched, but for the sake of hip-hop, that could be a monumental moment. That could be something that could be good for everybody. I know for a fact it'll be good for Drake, because my man he been looking real shaky. But Thug's home. You remember what Kendrick Lamar said? Run to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So Thug made you feel like you was slime in your head. Thug home. He may not need that Super Bowl opportunity to pop back out. He might just need to get on some records with Thug. You get Drake, Thug, get Metro, and get Future and them back into it. Drake might be back, man. Drake might be back. Thug might be the key to bring Drake back. If not, that theory about the Super Bowl performance, that might be the way to go. That might be the way to go, for sure. Well, look, I have this segment called Take Two. Take Two is my opportunity where I scour the internet and look for dope quotes and takes that I either agree with or disagree with. I play them for you. We talk about them. We go over them, and I give you my opinions. So this one comes off of TikTok. I'm going to play it for you, and let's get into the conversation.
I hate to be the one to say it, but it's the music. It's 100% the music. When people talk about what's wrong with our society, it's the music. There's no doubt in my mind anymore. Stop listening to music and watch how much your mind almost completely resets itself. Think about it. At every generation, whether it be the classical period or the Gilded Age or the 60s, the lifestyle that people lived was almost a direct reflection of the music that they listened to. Like the culture that embodied the musical scene of the time was a reflection of the way people lived their lives. And you see it today. The lifestyles and the choices that are normalized today are a direct reflection of what is represented and embodied within the music of today. I know that sounds crazy, because you have to understand that I'll never forget, I saw a video where this man who was in prison for 60 years came out of prison, and he said the first thing that he noticed was that everyone had these things in their ears. He didn't even know what they were called, but he was talking about earbuds, earpods, headphones, etc. And he was amazed at this, because it was almost as if everyone had tuned out of reality. You have to understand, there's a story in the Bible where a king was being tormented by demons, and the only way that he would feel comforted is if a man named David was playing a harp. Understand that listening to music every single day is a coping mechanism, because there are thoughts in your head that you don't want to hear. And it's literally a form of chronic therapy. You're tuning out of reality, because if you were to actually sit in the presence of your own thoughts, you would not like what your thoughts entail. So you try to blot out. It's really a form of escapism, where you try to blot out that noise by constantly playing music all of the time. Understand that is not normal. That is not normal at all. And if you're, everyone talks about the subconscious mind and how there's a reason why you remember song lyrics if you just listen to the song long enough instead of actually reading the lyrics. So if you're listening to a song by 21 Savage, where he's openly talking about murdering people, using drugs, doing illicit activity, and you're listening to that on a constant basis, don't deceive yourself and think that's not going to affect your outlook on the world. That you may not be prone to certain behaviors because the music that you listen to is completely false. You are going to be more prone to certain things because of what you are listening to.
Yo, that's a mouthful right there, man. Hey, yo, he said a lot. It's tough when I hear this because, okay, I agree, and then I disagree at the same time. I agree. First and foremost, I'll talk about why I agree. I agree with this take because frequency is super important. We are electrical beings. We respond to electromagnetics. We respond to frequencies. You can play certain frequencies that heal the body as well as frequencies that hurt the body. Music resonates with our spirit. For Africans, African Americans, for blacks, for indigenous people, we have a special relationship with music and sound, with the drum, with the voice, with many different instruments. They connect to us in a real way. He went, the church route, right? And even if I'm stepping outside of religion, this is true. But if I'm playing into the religion portion of this, when you go inside of any black church in America, that organ, them drummers, those singers are leading the congregation. They're leading the spirit of what's going on, right? Very similar to what happens in the continent, right? Very, very similar to what happens in tribes where you have gatherings and there's music and there's drums and there's dancing and there's these things invoke a spirit in us. So music is very influential. It can help change our mood. It can help us cope. It can help us enjoy ourselves. It can heighten a situation. And that heightened feeling can be both positive and negative. If you turned up, if you in a happy mood and you play the right record, you turn all the way up. The knob get broke. If you on that type of time, you on demon time, there's certain records you could put on that help you lock in and really be on that demon time. So music plays a pivotal role in our lives. The thought process of that, it's a place, it's merely a way for us to escape our own thoughts. I don't agree with that. I think that it can be a way for us to escape our thoughts, but that can be both positive and negative. If I'm in a negative headspace and I got, I want to slide and I got this on my mind. If I go listen to some Ty Tribbett, if I go listen to some Smokey Norfolk, if I go listen to some, Esperanza Spalding, if I go listen to certain vibes, it can take me completely out of that slide mindset and put me now in a calm, peace, chill place. If I go listen to some Michael Jackson, I might want to catch a groove. I listen to some Sam Cooke, some Whitney Houston. It's so much other music that don't live in that realm of slide that I can escape from that. So it can be escapism, but it can be escapism from the negative thoughts as well as it can be from taking you from a positive mindset and putting you into the negative headspace. It really depends on the person. You see what I'm saying? And where they are. That being said, when it comes to radio and music programming, it's true that the music is programmed for what time you're driving, when you're going to be in the car, the time of day, the amount of spin. So we have to pay attention to what radio programming is. You know what I'm saying? So I can't act like a lot of this stuff is not being fed to you at the same time. Music does have an effect, but we also have a choice on what we do. So this notion that you don't have any control and you're releasing your control completely, I can't agree with that take of it, but I can agree that music is infectious. I think the vibration is infectious. It can motivate you. It can discourage you. It can provide you the muse for whatever you want to paint. You know what I'm saying? What's in you comes out of you, and what you consume. But then again, see, it's tough because I think about the good brother Saul Williams, who talks about the diet, that your diet is not just the food that you ingest, it is the media that you intake, right? And so you have to monitor your diet, what kind of movies you watch, what kind of music you listen to on a regular basis, because it can shape you. It can influence you. It can cloud your judgment. So dang, man, it's like I want to disagree, but I wholeheartedly can't. I just don't want to place the blame just on the music. I think that we have a responsibility as well, and you can change the music that you ingest. So I don't want to say that it's just music in general, because there's good music out here. There's people with the message of love. You know, I sing about love. That's what my vibe is. You know what I'm saying? My music is always about love. You know, you listen to a J. Cole, you listen to a Kendrick Lamar, you listen to a Lucky Day, you listen to a Nefertiti Avani. Like, it's so many different people out here that you can catch different vibes from that's not really on a destructive vibe. You know what I'm saying? So, dang, man, it's a powerful take, bro. I think bro got a point. I just would kind of challenge the blanket statement of it's music in general. I think that we have to take responsibility, but man, what a powerful take. I think, again, kudos to the guy who put that up. His name was Huntty, HUNTYYY on TikTok. And it looks like he's coming very much from the Christian perspective of it. I'm not necessarily coming from that perspective. I'm coming from just the perspective of vibrations and music and da-da-da-da. But salute to him. Thanks for the clip. Thanks for the take. I think that's a good conversation. Listen, leave a comment in the comment section and give me, your breakdown. Do you agree with this? Do you agree that it's 100% the music? Do you think that people who make music should be much more responsible than the people who ingest the music? Maybe. I don't know. Crazy. But look, this week's put on is for the sponsor of our show, Wrong Way. Listen, head over right now to Wrong Way USA. You're going to find plenty dope items on Wrong Way USA. Wrong Way USA is ODOW, Our Dreams, Our Way. The premise of Wrong Way USA is that oftentimes in life, there are people who try to tell you the direction that you want to head in is the wrong way, especially when you're creative. They're always telling you to have a plan A, B, C, and D. And they're trying to make you second guess what you want to do. Well, the premise of Wrong Way is that if your way is the wrong way, then follow your intuition. Follow your way. Be the leader of your own path. Be the person who sets forth which way you go and be the decider of your happiness. Don't let other people direct you and make you feel like your way is wrong. We flipping it. If your way is wrong, then that's the way you need to go. You know what I'm saying? So head over right now to wrongwayusa.com. It's plenty of dope t-shirts, hats, hoodies, jackets. I mean, just a bunch of fly stuff, man. So consider yourself put on. All right. Wrongwayusa.com. Our dreams, our way. All right. Listen, this has been another successful episode of AndParlay, presented to you by Basshead. sponsored by Wrong Way. I have been your host, Michael Alln. Thank you so much for coming through and chilling with me, man. I want to catch you on the next one, all right? So make sure you stop back through. Let's parlay. This is the only place where you can do what? Politic, pop shit, and parlay. I catch you next time. Yeah.